India is a land of multiple languages, but many a times these languages become a point of contention. Hello students, welcome to Drishti IAS. In today's session, we'll talk about the Malayalam Language Bill of 2025 and the concerns that are associated with it. So let's get started. Now before we dive into the issue, I just want to tell you that we have this new course for you, which is the Studio GS Foundation live online course. This is being offered to you at an extremely affordable price of only rupees 24,999. And if you wish to avail a further discount on this fee, please use my coupon code, which is SALONI, Saloni. SALONI, all in capital letters only, and you will be able to get the maximum discount. Hurry, as the admissions are open and you're going to get a complete coverage of UPSC prelims and mains syllabus. So for more information, please call us at 87501 and you can also visit the Drishti Learning app website. Now let's talk about the issue. So the Malayalam Language Bill of 2025 has been cleared by the Kerala State Legislative Assembly, and now this is with the Governor of Kerala. So we look at the key provisions of the bill and then we'll understand what is the contention with it. So the key provisions say that Malayalam is going to be the default official language of Kerala. If this bill is passed, Malayalam is going to become the default official language of Kerala for all communication across the government, education, judiciary, public communication, commerce and digital domains subject to constitutional provisions. It also says that Malayalam will be made the mandatory first language in all educational institutions, irrespective of their status and the source of funding, which means that Malayalam is going to become the mandatory first language in all government educational institutions, aided educational institutions, private educational institutions, as well as the educational institutions that are led by linguistic minorities. So all the educational institutions will have Malayalam as their mandatory first language. Now this is being cited as a matter of concern. Other than this, it also talks about renaming the official language department of Kerala as the Malayalam Language Development Department. So these are the key provisions of the bill. But before we talk about the issues associated with it, let us also look at certain exemptions. So the bill also gives certain exemptions under section 7. So it says that all the people whose mother tongue is not Malayalam, they can continue to communicate with the state government officials in their own mother tongue. So there is an exemption of communication. Exemption of communication. Apart from this, it also talks about giving an exemption to the children. Children in the educational institutions whose mother tongue again is not Malayalam, they will not be forced to study Malayalam as their mandatory first language. So there is an exemption on communication. There is also an exemption in education. Then what is the issue? There is a bill, there are provisions, there are exemptions. What is the issue? The issue here is that critics believe that it kind of downgrades other languages in front of Malayalam because it gives exemptions, certain exceptions to other languages, whereas these are all constitutional provisions which are already enshrined in the Constitution of India. Our Constitution gives linguistic minorities a right to establish and administer their own educational institutions. They have a right to continue with their mother tongue as their medium of instruction, at least at the primary level. In fact, NEP also talks about keeping mother tongue as the medium of instruction, at least at the primary level, wherever possible. So the problem is not with the letter of the bill, the problem is with the essence of the bill. It is believed that Malayalam is being placed at a higher level in comparison to other languages because other languages are being given exemptions, whereas all these are already constitutional rights of the linguistic minorities in our country. And if we particularly talk about one district over here, so there is this one district of Kasaragod, which is actually a border district. This is in Kerala, but this borders Karnataka, and the majority people in this district, they speak Kannada. So this is a Kannada speaking district, and the Karnataka government is also calling this bill to be unconstitutional, because they feel that this is imposing Malayalam on the Kannada speaking population living in Kerala. So they are calling it to be unconstitutional and contrary to the interests of the Kannada speaking linguistic minority in Kerala. In fact, there is this Karnataka Border Area Development Authority, which met with the governor of Kerala also and raised these concerns that they feel that Malayalam is being imposed onto them. However, exemptions are given, but there was no need for exemptions because these are already constitutional provisions that are enshrined in the Constitution of India. This is what the entire issue is all about. And if we talk about the provisions, so these provisions again become important for our examination, because here Article 29, Article 30, Article 350A and 350B are particularly being talked about. So we are talking about protection of minorities. Article 30 says that these linguistic minorities, they have a right to establish and administer their own educational institutions. 350A, wherever possible in primary level, the medium of instruction should be mother tongue. 350B, appointment of a special officer for linguistic minorities. All these provisions are already mentioned in the Constitution, and then the onus again is going to lie on the people, on the children here, to kind of prove that this is Malayalam is not their mother tongue, they have other mother tongues. So the onus is going to lie on people, and that is what is raising certain concerns over here, that these are all already enshrined in the Constitution and these are being placed as exemptions. So it is being believed that this is a way of showcasing one language, the supremacy of one language over another. And this is not a first time that such a bill has been staged. In the past also, in 2017, the President of India rejected such a bill, and then the Union Ministry of Minority Affairs, it advised the Kerala government to work more towards the development of linguistic minorities in the state. We have experts at all levels. We are yet to see what is going to happen. The governor can decide whether to give his assent, whether to withhold the assent, and he can also give the bill he can also refer the bill to the President of India for consideration. So let us see what happens over here. But this is what the whole issue is all about. And if we talk about the way forward again is dialogue with all these neighboring states, particularly with Karnataka, because Karnataka here is citing most concerns in these issues. So maybe proper dialogue, proper diplomacy, and then proper communication channels, proper assurance should be provided to linguistic minorities living in the state, and then all these experts, these players, stakeholders can decide what needs to be done with the bill. So let us see what happens, but for us it was important to look at the entire issue from a neutral lens and also understand what the Constitution of India says. So let us see what happens in this story. But for now, let us look at a practice question for prelims. Consider the following statements regarding the Kerala Malayalam Language Bill 2025. 1. It makes Malayalam the compulsory first language for all students in Kerala. 2. Exemptions are provided for students whose mother tongue is not Malayalam and for linguistic minorities in government communications. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, or D. neither 1 nor 2. Please provide your answers in the comments section and we will meet in a new video. Thank you for watching.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.